Hi everyone, today I'm gonna try something different. It's a fire breathing effect. Everyone can fire breathe with like proper training, and you have to go to this monastery in Japan, but it's worth it. Let me show you. There we go. In Final Cut Pro, we have the clip on the timeline. We go to Titles and look for Pixel Film Tracker 2.1. Take the one named Drop Zone and drag it onto the timeline. In the video inspector on the right side, we can now start track our shot. Press the track editor, the tracking window pops up, and we want to adjust the track so it stays on my mouth. Make the tracking quality 100%, choose position, scale and rotation. Then press the forward button and let the program track until I close my mouth. Then press stop. After that, go back to the beginning of the track and now track backwards. Stop the track when you're satisfied and now export the tracking data. Now check the drop zone and you will see the drop zone marker is tracked to my mouth. Find your fire of choice. I found some amazing flamethrower stock footage for free at Visionary Fire. So check his YouTube channel and send my regards. Awesome work, bro. Drag the fire clip onto the timeline. Now go to the tracker and click on the drop zone. Then choose the first frame in the fire sequence and apply clip. Then disable the clip with the V key to make it invisible. So now the fire is ready to be placed. We need to lower the opacity so we can see what we're doing. Then we adjust the scale of the footage so we can see all of it. Set the anchor point so the fire starts from the mouth right on the tracker. Then drag the tracker layer on the timeline to where you want it to start. As you see, the in point of the layer is where the clip starts to play out. So adjust it until you got the perfect sync with your subject. Now we need to edit the ending to sync it with what I'm doing. So we check where we want it to end, then on the keyboard press Command R for retime. And then click and drag to make the clip go faster. Let me adjust the opacity so we can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now let's go back to the tracker and click on the drop zone. Click the beginning of the clip and apply to make it update to the faster one. Now we can adjust the size we want on the fire by using the scale slider. Then right click on the clip and choose new compound clip, and it makes a container with all the clips selected. So if you double click it, you can go in and make changes to the clips inside. Let's raise the opacity back up to 100% and then back out to the original project. Now we can get rid of the black background by choosing screen on the blending mode. Now I noticed that the fire wasn't properly aligned, so I go back into the compound clip to adjust the anchor point once again. Looks pretty good. Now we want to sell the effect a little bit more. So we want to start by cutting the part of the original clip by pressing B on the keyboard. Click to cut it, then press A to get back to the select tool. Hold the option key and click and drag the clip to duplicate it. Then we're going to apply some masks. Go to the effects tab on the right side, choose masks. Click on the draw mask and drag it onto the newly copied clip. Now we want to mask out the parts of the image that we want to be affected by the light from the fire. For example, if I were to breathe fire, the color and light from the fire would surely make my face go brighter and more orange as well. Mask out the face and apply feathering. Go to the color board in the video inspector on the right side and increase the exposure on the highlights. Change the colors to something more fire looking. Then adjust the mask so that the feathering doesn't make a halo around the face. And don't forget to keyframe the control points of the mask like I did. Click the keyframe icon and jump ahead using the arrow key and realign the mask. Then repeat this with more layers to really highlight everything that you want to be affected by the light. After that I also added some shadows. To do this I used the exact same technique. I used a custom black layer, but it works just as well with the original clip, and altered the exposure to dark instead of bright. Keyframe the opacity in the beginning and the end to make it smoothly change the image when the fire starts and stops. Copy the composition from one clip using Command C and paste it onto another using Command Shift V. Then you don't have to animate every clip individually. I also copied the original flame clip and enlarged it so it fits the whole frame. This is to get a fire flicker effect on the surrounding. I copied the opacity animation, changed the blending mode to soft light. Now to make this settle in a bit, I will slap on some Gaussian blur. This makes all the difference to hide the fact that we used the exact same clip. I also used the bulge effect that I showed you in the last video to make a heat distortion on the background. Apply the bulge effect on the background and animate it to fit the fire. Lastly, I did another flame layer but made it stay at the same level that it came from to make it more realistic. The flame that's already left my mouth shouldn't change direction when I move. So I copied the clip once again, went back into the track editor, deleted a couple of keyframes on the rotation and Y position where my head started to tilt. And then masked out the flames from my mouth so I just got the tail left. Then on the first clip I masked out the end of the fire and animated the mask so it would go in the direction with the new fire. Now let's see the results one more time. Nice. Alright people, thank you for watching, and if you liked it you know what to do, right? And I'm gonna steal this from Peter Lindgren. Erik out.